Welcome back to Dead or Alive Kayaking. Today we're looking at the Blackwater River in the Florida Panhandle as installment number 10 in the Launches, Landings, and Fishing Hole series. So stick around, you won't want to miss this. This is Kennedy Bridge landing on the Blackwater River. Traditionally, this is the northernmost landing on the river that you can launch from to paddle down the Blackwater. But I did speak with one old timer a little while ago that said that up on Charles Booker Road up near Wing, Alabama, when he was younger, they used to launch there and float down to here. That's been many moons ago, and he had no idea if the river is still passable up there or not, and I wouldn't venture to try it until I was prepared to do some portaging if I needed to. So for all intents and purposes, this would be the northernmost landing. Now where we're at, and I'll leave the coordinates as always to the place where you turn off the road to get to here. But there is very limited parking here. This is not a good place to leave a vehicle just for the tightness of the lot. You would need to to have most of your vehicles downstream as shuttles. But you could leave one here and wouldn't be a bad thing. I don't think anything bad would happen to your vehicle here. There's just not much room to park. And let me grab the camera real quick and I'll pan around and show you what I mean. There's right now we've got 4 vehicles here in the parking lot, and it's not really a parking lot, it's just kind of a loop at the end of the drive, and I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to get turned around. I think I can get turned around all right to get out of here without too much difficulty, but if there was many more vehicles down here, it would be a lot tighter than this. So I'm going to walk down to the river. There's some people down there swimming. I'm going to walk down there and just shoot a little bit of video of the launch site. It's an easy drag. It's probably 100 feet. It's probably about 100 feet from here down to the river. There is a break in the guardrail right here where you park at. You can take your kayak through there and just go down that trail, and you'll come to a sandbar there on the river. It's an easy drag. Like I said, it's about 100 feet, maybe a little bit more. But I'll walk down there and I'll show you the slide, what you're looking at once you get to the river. And then that's the sandbar, easy slope into the river. And I'll leave the camera on back up the trail to the car so you can see what that looked like. And that's all there is to it. So this is Peadon Bridge landing on the Blackwater River. It's off of Peadon Bridge Road, and I'll drop the coordinates to right here at the road where I'm at. This is going to be another place where it's a better idea to shuttle from and leave just one vehicle. The parking here is even more limited than it was at Kennedy Bridge. I'll show you. There's the bridge. The south side of the road has room for a couple of vehicles right there, maybe on the shoulder of the road up there, and just one other vehicle and mine sitting here, or that's it for right here. Now to get to the water, down this trail, And then there's a fairly good drop that you're going to have to put your kayak down to get to the water. And then once you're there, you can drag out into the river channel. And there are paths that walk around to get people down a little bit easier. But this is the most direct way to get your kayak down. And pretty much any way that you go, there's going to be drop-offs. I forgot to mention when we were at Kennedy Bridge a while ago, we had one bar of LTE service there, and here at Peadon Bridge we have no cell service here. Both of these landings also are pretty much out in the middle of nowhere. Make sure you've got all your food, drinks, ice, everything you need before you come out here, because there's nothing close, and on weekend days it's probably even farther than that to get to something that's open. This is the Cotton Bridge landing on Blackwater. Now, if you've been around for a long time or been coming to the Blackwater River for a long time, you would remember some canoe rental places. And right here where we're at now was actually the site of one of the canoe rentals. And then straight across the river, over on the other side of the river there, was the other one. Both of those are gone now. The boat ramp that's here is not maintained as a boat ramp for public use anymore. I think the ramp is kept here and kept conditioned to be able to launch a rescue services boat if they need to. But even that is, you can see, is chained off, and there's a gate right up there at the parking lot. Now, one thing about this landing is it does have plenty of parking, but you can park. And if you have wheels for your kayak, or you want to carry it or drag it, you come down the old boat ramp. Y'all excuse the noise, they're doing some construction on the bridge over here, so there's a lot of machinery moving around. But you bring your kayak down the old boat ramp and to the flat down here. Very oftentimes, if there's been any rain lately, this flat will be underwater. The water's only about a foot deep, but it looks mucky and swampy. But you cross this, and you'll cross it right onto a sandbar and to the river. I'm not going to go all the way down to the river. There's a lot of people down there swimming right now. But it's probably a couple hundred feet from where you leave the pavement down to the water. And this used to be, like I said, the launch point or the recovery point for the canoe rentals. And it's still a great launch point for kayaking from here on down, or a good recovery point if you're coming from Kennedy or Peadon Bridge down to here. There's plenty of parking. The place up here where the one guy used to have a kayak rental is now a park, and it's got picnic tables and restrooms, the whole 9 yards. You get back up here and I'll show you around. It's got a paid parking lot. The access is right at the bridge on Highway 4, so it's easy to get to. Now, this place does get crowded in the summertime, especially on weekends. But people bring their kids down here to swim, just like there's some down there now. When we got out of the car here, we had 2 bars of 5G service. Now, just east of here, I don't know, maybe a couple miles east, is Baker, Florida. There are convenience stores there. You can get drinks, ice, gas, convenience store food, anything that you need or might have forgotten, they'll probably have there. And a couple miles downstream from here, or a few miles downstream from here, our next stop, as a matter of fact, is the Wilderness Landing Campground. So if you have an RV, wanted to camp, I'll check when we get there, but I'm pretty sure that use of the campground and the boat launch and everything there is all free. And then, like I said, a fairly good sized parking lot. There's plenty of room for parking, you know, to launch from, or if you want to leave a vehicle and recover here. A couple of swing sets and some monkey bars and whatnot over there. But anyway, that's Cotton Bridge landing on Blackwater, and from here we'll go down to Wilderness Landing Camp, the Wilderness Landing Campground, and show you that place. Wilderness Landing Campground is provided by Okaloosa County, down here in Okaloosa County, Florida. This campground is free to use. Like I said, they have restrooms, showers, campsites, RV or primitive campsites. I don't think that they have hookups. We'll find out here in just a second when we get down there. But right here at this point where I'm standing at is where I'll put the coordinates to get here. And once you get down to Sandbars Drive, you just follow that down to Wilderness Landing. You'll see the signs here. Most of the campsites in here are primitive sites. See a lot of tents and some camper trailers and whatnot. I think this guy right here is the park host, and he's parked right over there by the bathrooms and showers. But when you get here, if you follow the road all the way around, you'll come to the boat ramp. So this is the Wilderness Landing boat launch. See, the ramp comes down. It's a paved ramp, comes down. You can back all the way to the water. What we usually do, especially if we've got a lot of kayaks, is we'll launch people, you know, bring a load down here and launch them, and they'll go over here across the river to the sandbar and stage up and wait until everybody's launched, and then we actually leave from over there rather than over here. That way we keep the boat ramp clear in case somebody else shows up wanting to launch as well. And I'll walk back up here and show you the parking lot. There's ample parking here. There's trailer parking. There's places to park your vehicles, you know, off to the side if you're shuttling vehicles. And there's plenty of room to park here in addition to the campgrounds. So this is the parking area. You see there's plenty of space here. Now, we only had one bar of LTE service when we pulled up down here, and this is the next landing downstream from Cotton Bridge, and it's the landing above Bryant Bridge, which is where we're headed to next. And if I see a dump station for sewage, if you come down here with an RV, and I'll turn the camera back on and let you know. But so far I've seen no hookups and, you know, no facilities for dumping. Like I said, Wilderness Landing has bathrooms and showers. I still haven't seen a dump station, but I do see for garbage disposal, they do have a dumpster over here. See, now here's something that I didn't even know existed until I came down here. At the back corner of the park, just upstream from where the boat ramp is, they have a little nature trail. Comes down that boardwalk right there, comes down to the river, and there's two pavilions right here, and they have picnic tables underneath them. There's a park grill, trash cans, and the trail, the boardwalk actually forked off another way. I can hear people down the other way down there, and I didn't want to go down and bother them, but I figure it's probably pretty much the same as this. So I'm down at Bryant Bridge landing now, and this is part of the parking area for Bryant Bridge. You can see, I mean, here's a van with a big long trailer, looks like an 18-foot trailer comfortably parked in. And so there's plenty of parking here. There's also parking farther down the road there, all down beside the road over here. The loop that comes off of Bryant Bridge Road into the landing here is actually a one-way road. And comes down, they have a boat ramp down here. I wanted to go ahead and shoot this part and do most of the talking up here because there's a lot of people down here at the boat ramp. But this is pretty much out in the middle of nowhere again. This is also where the kayak and canoe rental place is, and we'll show you that as we pull out. You can see it from where you turn off of the road. But big wide boat ramp. And this is Bryant Bridge. This is the next one down from Wilderness Landing, and the next one up from Deaton Bridge. And Deaton Bridge is where we'll go from here. I'll swing by this canoe rental place or kayak rental place, whatever it is, up here as we leave, and then I'll run down to Deaton Bridge. So like I said, this was Bryant Bridge. We've got 2 bars of 5G service here, and just outside, this is where you pull back out to the road, and just to the left and maybe a couple hundred yards is Blackwater Joe's, is a canoe and kayak rental place. So we'll swing by there so you can see it as well. All right, come straight out of Bryant Bridge. Turn back east, and there's Blackwater Joe's. Okay, I misspoke a while ago when I said our next stop was Deaton Bridge. Our next stop was actually the Blackwater River State Park. Deaton Bridge is the last landing on the what's still considered to be the navigable part of Blackwater River. So we'll get to it, but this is Blackwater River State Park. I guess my brain might have been a little bit scrambled. I saw a big rattlesnake in the road right before we got to Bryant's Bridge, and I got out to take a picture of him, and he turned around just all of a sudden and bowed up at me the way rattlesnakes do. I was probably 12 feet from him or so, but he scared me to death when he did. I'll put the video clip in right here where you can see that. I jumped like a little girl when he turned around and bowed up at me. But anyway, this is the Blackwater River State Park, and they have a public boat ramp here. This is the first time I've ever been to this ramp, but you can see the river here, big sandbar straight across. Paved ramp, plenty of parking up top. I'll show you that when we get back up there. Plenty of parking up here at the top of the ramp. And you've got spots up there where that vehicle's at up the hill there behind mine. And then all along the roadside right here. And we're right next to the Blackwater River State Park campground. So there is a campground here. The roads where you turn off of the road to come down to here, the next drive, like 100 feet or so, is the campground drive. And there was 1 bar of LTE cellular service here. Okay, so this is the Deaton Bridge landing, and I'm going to shoot most of this from up here because a lot of the parking right down here by the bridge is actually just 10-minute parking. It's for watercraft recovery or landing, or launching or landing only. And then there are two parking lots. There's a parking lot on each side of the river that is a daily fee parking. It's part of the Blackwater River State Park, and I think it's $4 per vehicle to park in the parking lots here, with no overnight parking and no camping here. But I'll walk out there on the bridge here in just a second and show you the river from up here. So you can see sandbar on both sides of the bridge here. Good place to end your trip, end the day, and let the kids swim some. This is the downstream sign. This is where the kayak launch and recovery is at. It's if you back down the ramp right up here, back down and drag your kayaks up right around this point right here is where you can load your kayaks up to get them out of the river and get going. From this point, looking at Google Maps or Google Earth, not far downstream from here, there is a huge log jam. I mean, like, looks like a couple hundred yards long maybe, all the way across the river. It looks like you could walk across the river without getting your feet wet there. And for that reason and others, the river is considered to be not navigable from this point down. The Hurricane Opal and Hurricane Erin back in, I think, 1996 completely changed the course of a good bit of the river downstream, and on Google Maps now all you can see is just a white riverbed where the river used to be, and the river actually flows off through the woods there.